Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Horror Trans. I am Stephanie Bree. I'm a transgender woman, and I talk about all things horror. And we're still doing Freddy vs. Jason franchises, and we're up to Friday the 13th, Part 3 in 3D. Woo! All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and go on record as saying this is one of my favorites in the franchise. I really like this movie. So let's go ahead and jump right in. It starts off with a literal shot for shot retelling or recap of what happened in the previous movie. And then we rewatch what we've already seen, which becomes a staple in this franchise. A cliche, but it is what it is. I have a headache right now, so I apologize. And we get this jam and disco tune and these amazing 3D effects for the credits, so that's pretty cool. Then we move over and we find out it's the very next day, and the police are cleaning up the bodies. And we get this couple, really cute couple, by the way. I actually adore this couple. I'm sad that they died, but we get this couple. They own a grocery store. The woman is watching the news report. The man is being a slob. I'm just gonna say that. Jason shows up. He kills the man. He kills the woman, and then he goes on to greener pastures. Stoner van shows up with the kids in it, and we get to meet our kids, and they don't have personalities because these movies don't give personalities to kids. You got fat kid, you got Mexican, you got stoner's girlfriend, you got pregnant girl's boyfriend, you got final girl, and you got final girl's boyfriend. I don't fucking know none of their names. You don't learn the names. You never learn the names in the fucking Friday the 13th kids. This isn't Nightmare on Elm Street. You're not rooting for these characters. You're not sad when they die. You clap when they die. You're like, yay, the fat kid died. Yay, the stoner died. Woohoo! He got the big tits. So, anyways, let's get into it. So they are there to pick up the Hispanic girl, which I shouldn't have called her Mexican. I apologize for that. I should have said Hispanic girl. My girlfriend is Hispanic, so I know better. I apologize. I'm sorry. I was caught up in the moment. Anyways, she's there with Fat Kid, and on a date or whatever. They get in the van. They meet the stoner kids. They're driving down the highway, and cops are chasing them. So they eat the pot because it's the '80s and it's a teen movie. And pregnant girl's like, I can't eat the pot, I'm pregnant. And she says, I'm pregnant 12 times in this movie. So, she's pregnant. Just so you know. Just so you know, and you don't forget. And the cops are actually on their way to another murder scene, and they drive by the murder scene, and they see the bodies, and then they go to camp, not Crystal Lake, but whatever. It's another campsite at Crystal Lake, but it's not, whatever. So, anyways, the kids are playing practical jokes on each other, and they're freaking each other out, and they're skinny dipping, and Fat Kid can't go skinny dipping because he's not skinny, and so you get the typical naked kids swimming naked because slasher, and then we get some 3D antics, and the kids. Fat Kid and Hispanic girl go into. I don't learn their names. The kids are fucking forgettable. Fat Kid and Hispanic girl go into town and they get harassed by a biker gang, and then they get into a kerfuffle with biker gang, and then they drive off and they get back to camp, and everyone's like, what happened to the car? And he's like, it is what it is, blah blah blah, some cheesy one liner I don't fucking remember because it's stupid. Biker gang shows up, and then Jason proceeds to kill biker gang, and then horny teens pregnant girl has sex with boyfriend. Jason kills pregnant girl and boyfriend. Girl goes skinny dipping. Jason kills girl who goes skinny dipping. Fat Kid and Hispanic girl are out on the pier. Jason kills Fat Kid. Jason kills Hispanic girl. Gets his iconic hockey mask. Finally. Kills hippies. Bloodbath, blah, blah, blah. And then final girl and boyfriend get into the house, and they're like, holy shit, we're in trouble. Jason's real. And Jason shows up and kills boyfriend, and Final Girl realizes that Jason's the kid that assaulted her. May have raped her, I don't know. They don't really go into it, but they hint at it pretty fucking heavily. But he did assault her. So we have that. And then they get in a fight, and she hangs Jason from a rope, and then he gets off the rope because he's invincible or indestructible or whatever, can't die. And she takes an axe and slashes him in the head and gives him the iconic slash on his head that he has for the rest of the franchise. And he falls down dead. And then we have a throwback ripoff of the first movie's kill, which they did in the second movie too. So we're repeating that. And then she finally freaks out, and the cops show up and, quote, rescue her, but they take her off to the nut farm, where she's going to spend out her days in a straitjacket, and we roll credits. This time not in 3D, but still with the disco track a little bit. You know, we get some fun. And the movie's over, and this is a buy. This is the first buy in the franchise. You got some really creative kills. They're finally having fun. Jason's got the hockey mask. Forgettable kids get killed in memorable ways, and it's awesome. You get some good 3D effects. He squeezes the guy's head, and his eye pops out. You know, he kills a kid who's doing a handstand. He kills a girl in the shower. You know, he just goes bonkers in this movie, and we finally get the kills that we've been waiting for in this franchise. So this is an absolute buy.